I want you to imagine for a moment that you've stepped into your own future. And you're looking in the mirror with gratitude, seeing skin that glows, a body that moves freely, a mind that sparkles with life. For 17 years I've walked the corridors of medicine, watching patients chase long lives, but missed the secret that truly matters: living well, not just living long. Today we're going to change that story. Together. We're diving deep into the difference between lifespan and health span, uncovering little, known truths that can shift your entire life trajectory. In those early years as a doctor, I met many people who lived into their 90s. Yet their days were filled with chronic conditions, fatigue, and regret. They got years, yes, but what they didn't get was vitality. They got time, but not the sparkle of motion, the joy of discovery, the luxury of feeling fully alive in every moment. I want you to ask yourself, what good is extra time if it comes as a burden? By the end of this video, you'll know how to stack your deck not just for more years, but for more vibrant years. Let's start by defining our terms. Lifespan is the total number of years you live. It sounds important, and it is. But here's where most people stop. Health span is the length of time you live well, with energy, purpose, freedom from disease. It's not just about adding years to life, but life to years. Picture two identical calendars, both reaching age 85. One is filled with doctor appointments, pills, pain, and limitations. The other is packed with travel, work you love, laughter with family, the kind of morning where you wake up feeling excited. Which one do you want? Here's the hook: if you focus only on lifespan, you might actually reduce your health span. Harsh, maybe, but true, because many habits that extend lifespan without care can add years in decline, not in joy. Over the next sections, I'll walk you from the basics of this distinction, all the way up to advanced strategies that turn this insight into a roadmap for your life. The power to reshape your tomorrow starts now. Have you ever thought about why so many people who live into their 80s or 90s aren't thriving? I saw it early in my career: a woman, 88 years old, with a heart full of memories, yet hands that shook, legs that faltered, days that slipped by watching life rather than living it. She had lifespan, but her health span, the vibrant core of her life, had slipped away. And that's the difference. We can't afford to ignore it. If you look at global data, a rising number of people are reaching record ages. That's definitely progress. But the stunning reality is the number of years spent in poor health is rising too. Your body may be spared from immediate threats, but we're seeing more chronic conditions, metabolic disease, inflammations, degenerative issues, steal the vitality of later years. If you're not careful, you could be extending time, but shrinking the good years inside it. Now imagine taking a different path, one where you wake up at 75 with curiosity, strength, clarity, and a smile. One where your joints don't creak, your skin still responds, your mind still plays. That's health span, and the choice to tilt your life in its favor begins today. In the next part, I'll reveal the first key lever that influences health span, and it's not what most people think. Stay with me. What is this first key lever? It's metabolic health. Let me share a story. I once treated a patient, age 52, who prided himself on longevity. He jogged, he did all the right check boxes, but his fasting glucose was creeping up, his waist circumference creeping wider, his energy dipping. He looked healthy, but his biology told a different story. His lifespan looked promising, but his health span was being eroded silently, invisibly. You might think, I look fine, and that's fair. But biology doesn't lie. When glucose regulation, insulin resistance, inflammation, oxidative stress begins to whisper, not scream, they set the stage for a cascade: heart disease, stroke, dementia, frailty. These are the footnotes of a long lifespan that lacks zest. So how do we turn it around? The cornerstone: eat well, move smart, sleep deeply. These aren't overrated buzzwords, they are the tissue-level, cell-level processes that determine whether your later decades feel like a burden or a celebration. Here's the question you must ask yourself each morning. Is my body working for me? Or am I simply existing in it? If your muscles feel stiff, your mind foggy, your movement limited, you may still accumulate years, but those years may feel long rather than fulfilling. By focusing on metabolic health now, you buy not just quantity of life but quality. Next, I'll show you exactly what to eat, how to move, and how to sleep using practical steps you can use this week. Gear up. Let's get practical. First, nutrition. Not diets, not fads. Real food. I tell my patients, imagine your cells as a city. What you feed them, what you expose them to, how you move goods in and out, determines whether the city thrives or collapses. Whole foods, colorful vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, moderate carbs. These are your allies. Avoid sugar storms, processed foods, endless snacking that trains your body to burn sugar rather than fat. When you feed your body right, you fuel clean production, efficient repair, strong immunity. But there's more. Timing matters. Intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating, these are powerful tools to reset your metabolic clock. I've had 60-year-olds report never feeling this alive when they gave their digestive system a rest window. And you don't need extreme hunger, just consistent patterns. Movement. Your muscles are not decorations, they're pillars of your vitality. Resistance training, even light weights, bodyweight exercises, improved balance. These are the secret scripts for a long health span. Combine with gentle cardio for good measure. Sleep is the unseen giant. When you skimp on sleep, you don't just feel tired. You reduce your body's ability to repair, regenerate, detoxify, fight off disease. 1 in 5 adults is chronically sleep deprived, and I've seen up close how that erodes skin, joints, brain, heart. Makes sleep non-negotiable. In the next section, I'll move us into advanced territory. What happens at the cellular level, what science is uncovering about aging, and how you can tap into that knowledge. Even if you're already 50, 60, or beyond. Welcome to the deeper layer cellular aging. You see, your body is an orchestra of trillions of cells. We often focus on organs, muscles, skin. But when those cells fall out of tune, the whole symphony suffers. Telomeres shorten. Mitochondria lose efficiency. Inflammation simmers. Epigenetic switches flick wrongly. These aren't just complex words, they translate into energy fading, recovery stalling, resilience diminishing. I remember helping a woman in her late 60s who felt old, despite being active. Her labs revealed mitochondrial dysfunction, elevated inflammation markers. She changed her diet, exercise, sleep, and in 3 months her skin improved, her balance improved, her outlook shifted. So, what are the levers you can really pull? 1. Oxidative stress. Think of it as rust on the engine of your life. You fight it by consuming antioxidants via vegetables, berries, leafy greens, olive oil. 2. Inflammation. Not the acute kind that heals, but the low-grade kind that smolders for years and cripples your health span. Manage it through stress reduction, omega-3 fatty acids, bright plants, movement that doesn't injure. 3. Mitochondrial health, your power plants. Keep them healthy by moving, by avoiding toxins, by giving them variety, weights, cardio, mobility. Here's the cliffhanger: even if you're already 70, your body responds. Cells retain plasticity. They can upregulate repair. You're not locked into decline. That's the promising news. In the next section, I'll share what science on epigenetics and longevity research is revealing. Because the future of health span isn't just in your habits. It's in your biology responding to them. That revelation may surprise you. Let's talk about what the latest longevity science is revealing, and why you needn't feel intimidated by jargon. 1 big idea: epigenetic drift. Your genes don't have to dictate your fate. They listen to lifestyle. The switches on your DNA respond to your food, your movement, your mindset. I've seen patients change their labs, reverse early signs of aging, just by applying this knowledge. There's also research on senescent cells, old, dysfunctional cells that refuse to die and harm nearby healthy cells. While treatments are emerging in labs, right now your best defense is lifestyle. Avoid toxic exposures, stay active, get enough sleep, nourish your body well. Another key finding: the gut microbiome brain axis. Your gut health profoundly influences inflammation, immune function, even mood and cognition. I've witnessed patients turn things around by focusing on fiber, fermented foods, diversity of plants. Their memory sharpened, their skin cleared, their resilience revived. And then there's nutrient sensing pathways. AMPK. Sirtuins. Sounds intimidating? Stay with me. These pathways respond to how you eat and move. They are the body's internal switches that decide repair mode or growth excess mode. You want them leaning toward repair, toward long-term resilience, not just short-term gain. Here is the exciting part: you hold more control than you think. Whether you are 40 or 70, your behaviors today ripple into your cellular future. In the next section, I'll show you how mindset, the stories you tell yourself, the habits you build, becomes your secret weapon for extending health span. Because biology may listen, but your mind talks, and your mind's voice can steer the body in remarkable ways. Your mindset matters. Yes, your habits matter. Yes, your cells matter. But your mindset, what you believe you are capable of, how you talk to your body, can make or break your health span. I've sat across the desk from patients of different ages. Some believe they're just old and expect deterioration. Others believe, I'm gonna get better, feel better, live richer, and act accordingly. Guess which group tended to thrive? Yes, you got it. The ones with hope, curiosity, a refusal to accept decline as inevitable. Here's a story: a 65-year-old man walked in saying, "Doc, I know my best days are behind me." He was carrying that narrative in his shoulders, his gait, his labs. We reframed it. Your best days are ahead. He started with small steps: a short walk, a high-quality protein breakfast, a gratitude journal at night. 6 months later, his labs improved, his skin cleared, his sleep deepened, and his energy returned. His story changed and his biology followed. Your mindset will shape the decisions you make when you're tired, when you're busy, when you're tempted. It will guide whether you reach for sugary snacks or a brisk walk, whether you hit snooze or rise and move. And as you build beliefs of capability and renewal, you create momentum, not just for one healthy year, but for decades of thriving. In the next part, we'll map out how to build your personalized blueprint for a long, vibrant health span. Step by step, action by action. Let's build your blueprint. Step 1: Assessment. Know your starting point. Blood pressure, waist size, strength, mobility, sleep quality, mood. This isn't about perfection, it's about awareness. Step 2: Small, impactful changes. Add 20 minutes of movement, prioritize vegetables, cut the late night screen, practice gratitude. These don't shock your system, they signal your body that you're committed to thriving. Step 3: Progressive overload in life. Just like training muscles, you train resilience, slightly more load, slightly more challenge, slightly more rest appropriately. I tell my patients, if you do too much too fast, your body rebels. If you do too little, nothing changes. The sweet spot is consistent, smart, incremental. Your skin, your energy, your mood, all will respond. And every time you choose vitality over convenience, you reclaim another inch of health span. Let me give you a mid-program example. Maria, age 58, said she had 3 good years left. Together we built 12 weeks of manageable habits. Weight training twice a week, 30 minutes walking, 2 vegetable servings extra, 7.5 hours sleep. At week 12, she no longer talked about good years left. She talked about what she was going to do next. And that's the magic. You don't just postpone illness. You build thriving. Next, we'll dig into how aging shows up in your skin, your joints, your brain, and what you can do today to reverse visible and invisible age tracks. Let's talk about the visible signs of aging. Because part of health span is feeling confident in your skin, strong in your body, sharp in your mind. Skin is the largest organ, the one people see, but often the most neglected. I've been a skin and anti-aging specialist for 17 years. I've seen patients say, if only my body felt as young as my mind feels. And what did we find? Their cells had been worn by years of oxidative stress, by sun exposure, by internal inflammation and metabolic slip-ups. But here's the bright side: skin regenerates, muscles can rebuild, brains can rewire. You have capacity to reverse visible age tracks. For your skin, protect from UV. Nourish with antioxidants, hydrate generously, sleep deeply. It's not just about creams. It's about the environment you give your cells. For joints, movement, body weight or weight resistance, cartilage-friendly nutrients like omega-3s, collagen support via diet. I met a 72-year-old woman who walked with a cane because she assumed arthritis is inevitable. We changed her narrative, improved her strength, got her walking unaided and happier within months. For your brain, new challenges, learning, social connection, quality sleep, good nutrition. Each of these literally changes brain structure. The science is vivid. The point: health span is felt, seen, lived. In the next section, I'll share common pitfalls, those silent killers of health span that busy people ignore, and how to steer clear. There are many killers of health span, not necessarily lifespan. You'll live, but you might not thrive unless you avoid these hidden traps. Trap 1: Chronic stress. Not the adrenaline rush kind, but the constant on mode your nervous system never escapes. I've seen cortisol wreck sleep, ruin skin, accelerate aging. Solution: build rituals, breathing, mindfulness, movement, connection. Trap 2: Social isolation. Humans are social creatures. Loneliness kills vitality. I've walked into exam rooms where the lab results were fine, but the patient's life was shrinking because they were disconnected. Fix: reach out, join something, laugh, create ties. Trap 3: Toxicity overload. Environmental, dietary, psychological. Simplify what you ingest, reduce exposure to toxins, prioritize clean air, clean water, clean food. Trap 40: Sedentary lifestyle. Sitting is the new smoking. Your body expects movement. Without it, aging leaps ahead. Even 30 minutes a day of conscious motion protects your health span immensely. Trap 5: Neglecting recovery. We pile on stress, neglect sleep, skip rest, then wonder why we age. Recovery is as important as action. Recognize this: cumulative harm may not feel dramatic now, but when you're 70 you'll feel it. The good news: you can start rewinding the damage. Even if you've neglected your health for years, your body can respond, adapt and recover. In the next final section, I'll bring all this together into your actionable roadmap for living not just longer, but better than ever. Here we are at the summit: your actionable roadmap for a longer, fuller health span. Picture it: each morning you wake with energy, your joints move with grace, your mind hums, your skin glows, and you live each day intentionally. This isn't fantasy, it's within your reach. Step 1: Decide that health span matters most to you. Write it down. Declare it. Step 2: Audit where you are. Blood work, sleep habits, waist size, strength, mood. Step 3: Commit to low-hanging fruit. Add a vegetable. 20 minutes of movement. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Connect with a friend. Step 4: Build upward resistance training twice weekly. Time-restricted eating, screen-free, wind down. Step 5: Monitor and adjust. At the 12-week mark, evaluate what's better: energy, skin, mobility, then tweak. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about momentum. 6 months from now, you look back and say, I started then, I kept going, and now I feel alive. Longevity isn't simply years, it's vibrant, abundant years. Lifespan you can't always fully control, but health span you can steer, by the choices you make today. I've seen dozens of patients in my 17 years of anti-aging medicine turn the tide. They didn't win by accident, they committed. You can, too. So, take a deep breath, look forward, and let's build the life you're meant to live, not just long, but luminous.